My wife's car! Comes out on YouTube.
Chris Reimer is a gentleman and a scholar. So in the meantime, while my car is missing, I'm driving my dad's Volkswagen 99 Jetta. And I don't know if you can see it, there's a car back there somewhere. That's the old 94 Plymouth Sundance. Might be fixing out to drive, we'll see. But anyway, we're going to do a little bit of work in the shop today. So I'm just going to walk through the darkness here. Walking, walking, walking. Over to the shop. Here we go. Okay, today we're going to look at the motorcycle today. I want to free up the front caliper here. Front piston is actually seized so the wheel doesn't turn. So I've got a kit to rebuild that. And I wouldn't mind taking the carburetors off. There's one. And I've got some new carb kits I'd actually like to show you. Let's see what I do with them. Favorite wood parts for older motorcycles? Sirius Consolidated. We're actually located here in Kitchener, Ontario. I got a whole bunch of parts from them. That's not one of them. These are. What brand? K&L Carb Kits. Hey, the price is right. Like 30 bucks each. And here's my caliper rebuild kit. Very simple square cut rubber seal. And a totally useless end cap. So anyway, that should do it. And right now, just going to the little inventory of tools, I'm realizing how much I'm actually missing. Since my car's been stolen, I'm missing a 1/2 inch impact, 3/8 impact. Oh boy. Too bad I have a $1,000 deductible on the insurance. 11 sockets at one set here. I got my 1/2 inch breaker bars missing. My long handled snap-on ratchet is missing. My only 3/8 ratchet is this guy here. Well, and this one here, brand X. That's all I got. So I lost all my good ratchets. Not to complain, but this sucks. You know what? I've done a lot of things in my life, and some of them I'm not proud of. But you know what? This sucks. Having stuff stolen from you, and in this case, tools, something I love using and we've been using for the car industry, is something I don't like to see go missing around here. And my toolbox back there, lots of good stuff in it. And it used to be my lifeblood. Actually, I depended on it. Now I don't as much, but I sure enjoy wrenching on things occasionally. And whether it's a motorcycle or something else, I'd like to have my tools. So what can I say? I guess we'll just have to buy new ones. Also missing a jack, axle stands, extension cord, airline, all sorts of things. So hopefully in time they show up. I'd love to find my vehicle, preferably destroyed, with all my tools intact. So we'll see what happens. Till then, it's alright, step number one. Just gonna pop the seat up here. And we're gonna remove this rack today. Just because it's unsightly to me. Somebody else might want it. Not this guy. So I'm gonna take care of that. Okay, got all the bolts off. We're gonna see if we can move this thing now. Let's just give it a little tug. And off it goes. We've got ourselves a good looking motorcycle. Look at that, under all that crud. Tail light sticks out a bit far, but whatever. Oh, that looks a million times better already. All it's missing is a hot set of bars that are down about here. Not up here. Alright, so that's step number one. Cosmetics. So, if anybody wants that, it's for sale. $5. Yeah, actually probably free, really. But anyway, let's get started. So as we want to remove the carburetors here, step one is you got to disconnect some fuel lines, and I've done that here. It's actually broke off. I found there's still fuel in this tank. That means my carb bowls aren't dry. I like that. I'm amazed. This thing's been parked for a long time. Not too much corrosion in the tank. The tank's loose now, actually. I'm just going to take a... Well, the fuel valve here has the fuel line that goes out of it. But if you can see there, there's also a second line. And it's a vacuum actuated valve. So just got to disconnect it and we'll have this tank off. Alright, just came across a handlebar that I could put on there. So that'll sit much lower. It's called a super bike bar, they call it. I also have, let's see if I can find it here. Got another set of bars here. It could be a little more difficult to get out. Ay, 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 here we go. Bit of a mess. Caught in some junk there. Okay, here we go. Here's a set of bars. These ones will sit nice and low. Like so. Clubman bars. These babies will sit just like that. Actually arched forward like that. Nice and low. Some people think that they go kind of like that. That's wrong. That's not right. They're designed to go like this. So all I gotta do is unbolt the clamps here, take all the hand controls off, and these old Honda ones, they run the wiring through the bar, and there's a hole in the middle here. We're not going to do that with the new bars. They're just going to be taped to the outside, or tie strapped to the outside of the bar. No big deal. And obviously you can see I need a lever. It's in the mail, it's on its way. So, fuel tank's loose. Let's take this tank off. I'm just going to set the camera down for a second here. Or over there. There we go. Put this over here. There we go. Sorry about the camera work. Working by myself here. There we go. There's the Mr. Left-hand carburetor, and the right-hand side is over there. Now I got to take the air box off. All right, I got the air boxes out. They're actually on the bench here. And well, this thing's only got 5,000 miles on it. Filter still. Well, okay, so I could probably use a new one, but it's not bad. No mice nests in here. I like to see that. Or I should say I don't like to see mice nests. I took off the front caliper now. And there it is. Here's the whole hydraulic part. The inside half doesn't, just sits along for the ride. So it's definitely seized. You have to pick that apart. Maybe blow a little bit of air pressure to try and blow it loose. And then we've got ourselves a new seal for it. Baby seals. Anyway, back at the wrench here. We've got carburetor city here, and we're going to try and pry these loose right away. This little cat got ouched onto there, so we'll have to loosen them off and should be good to go. Hey, look at that. Carburetors are off the bike. This is good news. Now remember when I said about the fuel tap having a pressure line or normal fuel line? Well, whatever I said was total junk. Because number one. Number two, carburetors both have inlets on them. And they take two completely separate lines up to the fuel tank, which is actually right here. Right there. So anyway, let's do a little carb rebuild action. I think I'm going to bring these inside and clean them up. It looks to me like the choke has always been stuck on. This is as far as the choke opens, which isn't quite full. The lever's been bent, or possibly never adjusted properly from the factory, seeing as the bike only has 5,000 miles on it. Anyway, we're going to bring them inside, get these carb kits in there, and maybe put some gas in this thing sometime soon and let it rip.